It's Fashion Week in Sydney, and young Australian designers are showing off their wares. Most have gone for a retro theme, recycling Western clothing styles from the 1980s. But one design duo has taken inspiration from a land and culture that's right off the fashion map.
You've got Julia coming out in the yellow fisherman's pants and the Pakistani top, not Sarah. My face is broken.
Kathy Braid and Kirsten Ainsworth are unveiling their new label, Carvana.
Have you put those fat mermaid beads on that little skirt? Julia needs shoes with this. You know, we're just starting out. We don't have massive dreams of conquering the world all in one day.
Inspired by Central Asia, the clothes are painstakingly handmade by women half a world away.
Tie it. Which model? Here. Model go.
Just getting this far has been a remarkable journey. While the clothes celebrate the female form, they've come from a place where women have to hide their bodies. Locked in by winter for 5 months of the year, Chitral is among the world's most remote mountain valleys, but still boasts a population of 350,000 people. Most are Sunni Muslims, although there are other beliefs in the valley too. But wherever you go in Chitral town, men is all you'll see on the street. Except for Kathy and Kirsten, that is.
Yeah. Man with white pot collar.
Oh, yes, I can see it.
But he's too sensitive.
Fantastic.
When they're not competing on the catwalk, they live and work in Chitral. This remote corner of northwest Pakistan, high in the mountains of the Hindu Kush, is not an obvious place for a women's clothing line. The sexes are strictly segregated. Women have to be veiled. And it's only the spectacle of masculine power which is celebrated at Chitral's annual Sports Day.
To start your own fashion label in Australia, just particularly with what we wanted to do, it was just impossible.
We were just at a crossroads, both of us, and we'd been meeting for about a year in coffee shops talking about ideas, and we saved up some money and got on a plane.
Kathy and Kirsten have been based here for more than a year. They spend most days in a quieter place, away from men, the closed, private world of Chitral's women. Hidden behind this stretch of cornfields is Carvana's main embroidery centre. About 100 women use their handicraft skills to produce the catwalk creations. They're from Chitral's Sunni Muslim majority, and they're bound by strict rules of purdah. They may make revealing clothes, but can't even imagine trying them on.
These are strange, I think. Just they're thinking they cannot wear this type of things in Chitral.
Do they want to wear these things?
I don't think so. No.
Razia Surab works for a local organisation supporting Carvana's efforts. These women never had a market for their traditional skills until Kathy and Kirsten arrived.
Some of these ladies are earning more money than their husbands, their fathers and brothers. So now they have a value in their family.
It will take Usmania Ghulam 1 month to embroider the skirt in her hands and turn it into a centrepiece of Carvana's upcoming winter collection. For a skirt that will sell in Australia for about $1,000, Usmania will be paid about $150. But that money makes a vast difference to Usmania's family. They were left destitute when her husband died 6 years ago.
There's nothing more satisfying than putting money into the hands of these women who have never earned anything of their own blood, sweat and tears in their life. The smiles on their faces say everything.
Carvana's network of Muslim craftswomen stretches across the Chitral Valley to the more moderate Ismaili community.
There's a few subtle differences. They still consider themselves Muslims, but they pray 3 times a day instead of 5 times a day. They don't practice purdah, but if an Ismaili woman goes into Chitral town, she'll still have to cover like this.
Yeah, it looks very granny. Yeah. Like Lane Cove markets on a Sunday.
Yeah.
Granny's been working for 3 months.
But translating their skills to Western catwalks is always a challenge.
Jama? No. क्या कुछ Troy pap.
Playing polo is a local obsession. Women in search of recreation can watch it too, as long as they keep out of sight.
Who's winning?
Chitral 18 is winning.
By how many?
3 goals.
And who scored those?
I don't know. I can't see the trees in the way.
Before coming to Chitral, Kathy and Kirsten were not close friends. They met briefly at high school before catching up years later and discovering they both shared a dream of working and living overseas. And despite their deep connections with this community, they are still outsiders.
You've got an eyelash on your face. We show it.
Where is it?
We are married to each other. You know, we are living in this island of isolation in this country, and there are no other foreigners here where we are. No one who speaks fluent English, and mostly men. The women don't trust us. You know, they're nervous around us because foreigners have preceded us here, English girls who were all wild and free and ran off with men and things like that. And we really have to play by the rules, because if we do something wrong, we can be thrown out in the blink of an eye and we won't even know what's happened. We've just got each other behind these four big walls. And we're husband and wife, brother, sister, you know, father, daughter, mother, daughter, kind of best friend, everything to each other. And that's wonderful, and it's difficult as well.
I never really got into cooking before, but I've gotten into cooking now. It's good, even though we have nothing.
While Kirsten cooks up the evening meals, Kath picks up some bread from the local baker.
Punch dana shapik. Go pitch. Okay.
Really hot.
Okay, jump. Punch dana.
As the only young Western women in the community, Kathy and Kirsten have different ideas about how to handle all the attention they attract.
Kath has the view that, you know, we're on Gres and I don't give a damn, I'll do whatever I want. And I don't like it, it's difficult. I don't like people looking at me. You know, I prefer to not be looked at, so I avoid being looked at. We still get men calling us late at night asking us to come and sit with them under chinar trees and drink cherry wine and these things, but they do know that we don't do those things, and they respect that now.
What's that? Chicken cacciatore or something?
Chicken Chitrali.
Chicken chitrali.
Delicious.
Really tasty.
We try not to use so much oil. You have to taste the eggplant. The eggplant's amazing. And we have peaches, and we have pomegranates, and we have walnuts, and we have tamarinds and pears.
It's a life of luxury.
It's nice. When we have no money, we just climb a tree. We do, literally, don't we, Kat?
With the deadline for the next show just weeks away, the issues of money and time are now uppermost in their minds. This morning, they are making an urgent delivery of wool to the Kalash people, another distinct valley community with very particular skills. The Kalash are not Muslims at all, but adhere to animist beliefs and colourful cultural traditions they say they can trace back to Alexander the Great.
You can see this lady's belt here, it's hand woven. Mamosh Pashiman. And this is the same weaving that we're using for the belts, and it's not done anywhere else. And the nice thing about it is that we've incorporated it into our collections so that we can bring work to these women, and it's different. You don't see it anywhere else, and they just do it in their homes. We've made slight modifications to the belt. This one's about 8 foot long, and they wrap it round and round and round and round and round. So we've made it a little bit thinner and not as long, and used no fluoro colours.
Many families in the Chitral Valley now depend on Carvana, and there are fears about what will happen if they leave.
These dresses don't have any seam in the middle.
There is a lot of expectations for these two ladies because, you know, Kathy and Kristen, they have finished their work. So they have finished their way to these ladies. So now they have expectations. Now they are asking when they will leave the project, what happened. So this is the problem.
So Helene is starting?
Not only women, but men too are depending on Kathy and Kirsten. These young men are paid to weave belts made from leather recycled from winter coats once worn by Europeans. The leather was sent to Pakistan to reinforce shoes. But now the leather belts are one of Carvana's hottest selling items back in Australia.
The beautiful thing about them is they're just so soft because it is second-hand leather. We've had great orders from these belts, and these guys here are fantastic. They've been with us for about 8 months now. And we have this leather man in Kisahani Bazaar in Peshawar who we go to, and he's really reliable. And we buy around 400 kilos of leather every time. I think he thinks all his Christmases have come at once. Now he's been able to buy a brand new weighing machine, which is fantastic. And he's hoping to send his son to overseas to go to school.
This new bead workshop was opened with money earned from Carvana orders. It's run by Remat Wali, a former member of the Taliban who returned to Chitral after the fundamentalist regime was toppled in neighbouring Afghanistan. Remat Wali welcomes the work but says he has no feelings about working for women, even though women were banned from working at all under the Taliban. And suddenly, that's what Kirsten has to do. With time running out, new materials are needed from the nearest city, Peshawar, a 40-minute flight to the south. Left alone, Kath is able to focus on what she knows best: design. After growing up in country New South Wales, Kath won a scholarship to study in London's prestigious design school, Central St Martin's. Inspired by Central Asian motifs, Kath hand draws every skirt Carvana produces.
The design varies slightly each time, so the general idea is taken, but because it's hand-drawn, it can't be perfect. It won't be the same every time. So there might be an extra flower here, an extra flower there, an extra leaf here or there, or a squiggle or whatever. And once that's drawn, it's taken down to the embroidery centre. Because sometimes the pieces are so time-consuming, you might have 3 ladies working on a particular piece, and so you'll see the differences between the work in one skirt as 3 different ladies have worked on it, which is really nice because it gives it that handmade feel.
Kath spent last winter isolated and working in Chitral and plans to do it again this year. It's a tough existence in a fickle industry, but she's committed to Chitral and its people.
Well, it's not even a question of worrying if we go. It's a question of, like, well, what if no one likes what we do, and what if the orders aren't what we hope them to be? And she's sort of come back with, not enough work for the ladies for 4 months, So it's trying to hit the mark every time.
In Peshawar, Kirsten is hitting the shops. In search of the supplies Kath needs to complete the collection for Melbourne Fashion Week.
I'm down here working to try and make the money so we can go in the show. So one thing's my responsibility, another thing is Kath's responsibility, and we'll just go from there. Inshallah, everything will be okay. The lawn is available, so I'll get the lawn now, I'll get the anchor thread. Urshad's coming at 6. My friend came 1 week back. You are Murad?
Yeah.
Hello.
Hi, how are you?
Good, how are you? So I need Gul Ahmad with the plain black cotton.
It will be available.
And
she told me that she will become after 2 weeks.
okay, well, I am here now. She needs it.
I can manage it. You can come 2 to 3 days later.
This one I need now. Can you bring from another shop?
No, this is not available.
Can you
Every
check?
shop has a different standard.
My problem is tomorrow morning, 7 o'clock, I must put on plane to Chitral. Yeah, everything's a mad cram. It's manic. Last time it was manic, this time it will be manic. I think it's the nature of the beast. We seem to work best under pressure. So as the time's running out, everything happens.
A month later, and it's finally all finished. And Kath is in Melbourne with Kirsten's mother, Caroline, helping her as they run late for their show.
No, it's just the socks. And if the socks go halfway up the calves.
Some last-minute adjustments need to be juggled with an anxious Kirsten on the phone from Pakistan.
I promise you that... Oh, she's gone.
Who's that?
That was Kirst. She's desperate to know how everything's going, and it's really hard because she was so involved with Kath last time, and there she is, desperate to communicate. She just wants to be here. Missing it all. Missing it all. Yeah, just so because I don't want to see any flesh.
Months of grinding commitment in Pakistan are reduced to just a few dazzling minutes on a catwalk in Melbourne.
Just walking around in a big city, where everyone's just go, completely different pace of life compared to what I'm used to. So it's kind of like, I just feel like I'm still very outside of it and just looking in, really. Yeah.
But you're glad it's over?
Glad it's over.